welcome to this video. Since I do live in an apartment, I don't really have like a real video set up, so that's why I'm kind of sitting at the front as evidenced by the door. So today I'm going to be breaking the fourth wall a little bit, and I'm going to be talking a lot about why I made videos in the first place, and how I think I'm going to be doing things moving forward. So originally I was just kind of filming the videos just for fun, just to track my progress on the very first sweater I made, because to me that was like a big deal. It was a pretty big accomplishment for me. So I wanted to just have a space where I could just upload the videos and track my progress. Now that I've been knitting a little bit more, it's kind of different because I don't want to record myself as much taking footage of each step. Instead, I just want to, but I also enjoyed the process of making videos. But here's my issue with the videos. I was tracking my progress, but I wasn't adding any value or content that was worth listening to. Like, the whole point of making the videos before too, like why I even uploaded them, is because I like to listen to Knitters Knit and talk about the progress that they were making on their projects. And I like to hear, like while I was knitting, it was like inspiration to keep moving forward, and so I kind of wanted to give that to somebody else. But I kind of feel like it feels like a chaotic, what's the word I'm looking for? A chaotic, just something to put out there just to put out there. And that's not really my goal or aim. Lately, it has been on my heart to speak more openly about God and talk about my faith. And so I thought about moving forward, I could do like sit-in knits, where like I just kind of knit the project that I'm working on. Right, this is a baby beanie. So you guys already know that I'm making a wardrobe for all my future kids. And because you can't make a wardrobe in 9 months one day. So this is, I got distracted, sorry. Maybe, I haven't tried this yet, so maybe I'll just be too focused on my knitting. But yeah, so like I'm trying to build a wardrobe. This is gonna be a baby beanie. I'll probably also make progressive beanies. It matches the size of the sweater I made. I might still make progress videos, but I really just want to add value in what I'm saying. Right now, the beanie is at 3.5 inches, and I'm trying to get it to 5. Actually, it looks a little bit longer than 3.5. I guess I knitted it a little bit more. It might be at 4 inches. It's okay if it's longer than 5, but yeah. It's okay if it's longer than 5 because I'm okay with having like a little bit of a longer beanie. Because worst case scenario, I'll just fold it up and then like stitch it down where it's at. And also, like, I love the huge chunky big brim, so that works out pretty well. This has been a very busy season for us, and I say that because there's just been a lot of future plans that we're trying to do, specifically like with moving and looking at jobs, and it's easy to feel very like chaotic with that, and to kind of feel out of control. But I've been listening to some really good sermons lately, and I kind of realized that I was trying to take the control from God, even though He's the one who knows every detail and He's 100% good. So I wanted to be a little bit more consistent with building my relationship with God. He has been so good to me. And okay. So let's talk about this sit-in knit a little bit. Honestly, I am not the best speaker, and I come off a little bit inauthentic on camera. And I know that. I kind of have like a mental barrier in my head. Well, actually, I think it's just so much easier for me to talk to another person than to just talk out loud by myself. I always kind of react off of the energy that other people give me, more than the energy that I kind of just put out there. And so I struggle. Like, I really want to talk about God and talk about how much He's impacted my life. And He has been there for me so much. Like, when I was all sick last year, He was alongside, like, He was beside me the whole way. And it's just like, I just listened to Jackie Hill Perry's sermon from Passion Conference, and that was so good. I would recommend listening to it. I really liked it because because I think we discredit hope frequently, and I want to have hope, and we get made fun of for having hope. And I want to have hope for the future. I want to just be joyful. Like, I want to look back on the season of life and know that I gave it to God, and like, I was at peace in this season. And it's so crazy because I really am at peace. I hate moving. I've moved so much throughout my life, but I'm so at peace in this season because I'm making that effort to build my relationship with God in this season. And I just know, that He's got it. Like, I know that I don't really have to worry. At the beginning of this season, it wasn't like that. I was really panicked, and I was just kind of like, just like really worried. Like, where are we going to move to? Because it could be anywhere in the United States. But now that, like, we're in it a little bit, I feel so much more at peace. Right now, I'm reading the book Next Steps by Sadie Robertson. And I really recommend it so far. It's pretty good. I will say I am a little bit picky on versions. Like, we all have those versions of the Bible, like translations that we connect to better. I would say that, like, my favorite ones are, my number one favorite right now is ESV. I really like NLT and NKJV. But I recognize the value in reading multiple different versions of the same thing. So I'll typically just read what she wrote in the with the Message Bible, and then I'll go back to my ESV and just reread it there. I don't know, that's why. My ESV is a study Bible, and so like it has like all the footnotes, and I feel like that supplemented with the study notes, I kind of get a little bit more from it. Anyways, it was important to me that in this season of chaos and in this season of disorganization, like if you look over there, it's all boxes because I'm slowly trying to pack up the house. Like, I feel really at peace because I know that, like, in the end, everything's going to be okay. Like, God has won and He will win, and He's coming back. And there's a joy in that we have. I want to encourage you that if you're going through a season that you know is just going to be harder and all that stuff, to just try to still give time to God. I feel like in our society, whenever something stressful happens or whenever it's kind of, I feel like we cut out God first. Like if we go on vacation, it's like, okay, like I'm not going to go to church and I'm going to cut out God. And I do that too. I mean, I do that all the time. You know, that's why I'm really trying to work at it right now. And there's grace for that, you know? But so I want to encourage you, like in stressful times, to just rely on God, to still take the time to connect to God. And I'm still working at that. I mean, people would tell you that I'm a warrior. And I'm trying to quit that. I mean, honestly, that's a bad habit that I'm trying to get out of. Obviously, I'm not perfect. But I think God appreciates that I am relying on Him more, and I'm trying to quit it, and I am becoming more focused on Him and just putting my identity in Him. What has been heavy on my heart is that I always try to control everything, and I always try to make things, I mean, not perfect, but like, I always try to pre-plan for things. And I'm trying to recognize that some things are just out of my control, and some things are, I mean, everything is just truly better handled by God. So that's kind of like my quick little message for the day. I'm still learning how to speak in front of a camera, but I really feel like I'm supposed to. Also, the name of this channel, I'm still trying to figure that out too. Right now it's called Starry Knit, because I really like the Starry Night. But, and I did it with the 4 as the A because it has like personal meaning. But I realized that there are other people online who have the name Starry Knit, so I feel like that's not a good name to go by. I thought about doing the Lost Art of Abby because like I'm interested like in all like the traditional things like knitting and baking and cooking and sewing and origami. I really like arts and crafts, but like to an extent. Ooh, look, I think that looks like 5 inches. Let's see. We're almost at 5 inches. We are almost at 5 inches. I love the verse right now that talks about how true peace comes from Jesus. It's like, for I will give you peace, not like the world gives you peace. I think there are a lot of things. Peace I give to you, not as the world gives you peace. But, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I can't remember the verse. So I had to Google the verse. So it was, peace I leave with you, peace I give to you, not as the world gives, not as the world gives. Like, let not your hearts be troubled or afraid. And I think that when I was worried about the move, what was happening was I was letting myself be so afraid of what I could, I was letting myself be so afraid of what could potentially happen that I wasn't allowing God to come in and to be with me. Perfect love drives out fear, and God is the only one who gives perfect love, and God is love. And I was letting my heart be afraid and troubled, and that's what happens when you're not at peace. So I encourage you to turn to Jesus and to use that to find peace. The Bible is just such a great resource. I mean, it's such a blessing that we even get to read it. For so many centuries, the Bible was inaccessible to so many different people because of a language barrier, because it hadn't been translated into, and it's still a language barrier for some, but there's still some people groups who don't even have the Bible in their language. And we are so lucky that we get to have the Word of God, like His promises over the, a record of what He has done in 66 books in our language. To be able to read that, it's just so amazing. It's just such a blessing that we get that. And we don't take advantage of that. People used to have to go to the church as the only way that they could hear the Word. And now we can download it on our phone. We can look at it on the internet. Like, there are ways for us to access it when other people, like, even if they really wanted to, they couldn't even get it in their own language. And so it's such a blessing that we have to be able to read the Bible in our own language. I also really recommend listening to the Bible Recap by Tara Lee Cobble. I feel like the insights that she provides are really helpful in seeing the context of the Bible as a whole. It's also helpful just to remind us to read the Bible to look for God and not for ourselves. I think because we experience life as we do, we always focus on ourselves as the main characters, when in reality we aren't. Jesus is the main character and God's the main character. You know, like, all of this is just a grand love story, life, because it's God loved us so much and he wanted us so badly, and then we turned away from him. We chose to listen to ourselves, you know, kind of have control for ourselves, and we trusted the serpent over the Creator, and we allowed sin to enter the world. And this whole time, God has just been calling us back. I mean, God did nothing wrong in this, yet he's the one who died on the cross for us. He's the one who has sacrificed for us, and it hurts my heart so much to think that there are people out there every day who choose not to be with him. And it just sucks because, like, really, like, if you are with him, the peace will be there. Like he gives you peace. He's love, he's peace, but he's the one who died for us because he loves us and he wanted us to choose him. And so every day we're making the choices. Do we want to choose him today or not, you know? And he gives us this grace, like, for free. Like, you know, there's nothing that we can do on our end to earn it or deserve it. It is just by the grace of God, from his love, that he died on the cross for us. I know that was kind of a ramble. I'm trying to get better at speaking. Thank you for sitting with me and knitting with me as I knit this baby beanie. I'll kind of tell you where I am in some of my other projects. I'm still working on the Alma mittens. I'm trying to make all the beanies for my grandparents, and I finished the one for my grandpa. I am also still knitting the blanket for my husband. That's going to be a forever project. Like, that one I'll just be doing for like the rest of my life pretty much. It's just going to take forever. And I'm about to cast on a new sweater. My favorite brand of yarn right now is like the Line brand yarn acrylic, because it's machine washable. And I find that with some wools, I'm a little bit more sensitive and itchy to them, and also, like, it kind of picks up, like, pet fur a little bit easier, and I didn't realize that until this past Christmas when I was wearing this beautiful sweater that was wool, and it just picked up all the fur around the house. And I'm a little allergic to cats, but that gave me like a low reaction to wear that in my in-laws house. Also, I wanted to talk to you guys about the projects I'm hoping to make. When I am really advanced one day, I really hope to make a porcelain sweater. I want to make the Salty Day sweater by Kutubo Kika. And I bought the pattern for that for Christmas, and an Argyle sweater, and also a cable crossing sweater. But I think realistically, the one sweater that I am gonna make is this year is probably the basically, what is it called? The Basically Perfect sweater? No. Yeah. The one sweater I'm gonna make this year is definitely gonna be the Basically Perfect sweater. I just need DK weight yarn, and everything I have is worsted. Another reason why I use like the Lions brand acrylic is because it just feels so much nicer than the other acrylics. To me, it feels so much softer, but not like so soft it's gonna fall apart. It's just very, and also you have such a wide color range, so I really like that. Well, anyways, thank you for talking with me. I want to see how this format goes, to see if I keep doing it. I don't know if it's just gonna be too weird with me always looking down at my knitting projects, or like the way that I have to. Typically I'm pretty good at multitasking and like talking and doing something else, but I think it's just that added element of being recorded. So yeah, I'll have to look back and see how that went. Thank you for watching me this far. If you like this video, please subscribe, and if you have any topics you'd like me to talk about with my faith, let me know. I was a theology minor in college, and I'm always looking to research more topics, and maybe I'll have like notes in front of me with different scriptures and maybe my Bible out, and we can talk about like different fun theological topics, maybe some things not so serious, maybe some things more serious, maybe some things that like we'll never know until we get there, like the second coming. Honestly, I'm making these videos purely out of my own entertainment value. There's something that feels so, I don't know, purposeful about making videos and then uploading them. I don't know, it's exciting. I really like it. Also, another project that I'm working on this year is I'm writing a book, and that would be kind of crazy if I could get that published. Thank you for following along. Have a great day.